Get ready for a treasure trove of ancient secrets. Deep in Egypt's heart, near Cairo, lies the mysterious necropolis of Saqqara, where archaeologists have been uncovering jaw-dropping surprises beneath the step pyramid of Djoser. Last year, their dig struck gold, or should we say, bronze and linen. They discovered a staggering 150 golden-hued statues, dozens of sacred creatures, and an astonishing 250 vibrant coffins housing well-preserved mummies from around 2,500 years back. But wait, there's more. Let's dive into the Egyptian mission's most incredible finds, shall we? Breaking history. In a thrilling excavation at Saqqara's ancient necropolis, Egypt's top archaeologists have unearthed a monumental discovery, a 16-meter-long, century-old secret buried beneath the sands for over 100 years. Led by Mustafa Waziri, Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, the team stumbled upon an astonishing long papyrus within one of the 250 sarcophagi. Initially thought to be just 9 meters long, this incredible scroll was meticulously restored at the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir and has been named the Waziri Papyrus, a monumental tribute to Mustafa Waziri himself. This groundbreaking find marks not only a triumph for Egyptian archaeology, but also a milestone moment as it's the first ever papyrus discovered and named after an Egyptian. What secrets will this ancient scroll reveal? Let's unravel the mystery together. Get ready for the ultimate cultural extravaganza. As the Grand Egyptian Museum in Giza prepares to kick off its grand opening, we've got some monumental news. The incredible Waziri Papyrus will take center stage at this epic event. Set to house an astonishing 100,000 artifacts, including treasures from Tutankhamun's tomb, this new museum promises to be a must-visit sensation, attracting millions of visitors annually. But that's not all. Egypt's Secretary General of Antiquities, Mustafa Waziri, dropped another bombshell on Egyptian archaeologists' day. The 16-meter-long papyrus contains inscriptions from the revered Book of the Dead. This ancient text is a window into the complex and mysterious world of death and the afterlife in ancient Egyptian culture. With its intricate literature and profound insights, the Book of the Dead has been captivating scholars for centuries. What secrets will it reveal through this extraordinary Waziri Papyrus? Let's dive into ancient Egyptian mystique. Did you know that the Book of the Dead was more than just a book? It was an entire guide to help pharaohs and commoners alike navigate the afterlife. This powerful funerary text, written on papyrus scrolls, was buried with the deceased to ensure their safe passage. It's packed with declarations, hymns, and spells that would aid in overcoming the challenges of the journey. But the Book of the Dead wasn't the first ancient Egyptian religious text. That title goes to the Pyramid texts. These mystical writings appeared as early as Egypt's third dynasty, between 2670 and 2613 BCE, on the walls of pyramids and sarcophagi. The pyramid texts were reserved exclusively for pharaohs, containing spells and incantations to help their souls ascend to the heavens. Mind blown yet? Get ready to uncover some ancient Egyptian game changers. As we move through time, we see a major shift in thinking, from only the king being guaranteed eternal life during Egypt's Old Kingdom, to ordinary folks getting in on the action too. This transformation kicked off with the introduction of the coffin texts around the First Intermediate Period. These texts believed that everyone could achieve eternal life, just like the pharaohs. As time went on, the spells within were reorganized into chapters before the New Kingdom era. The Book of the Dead was born, an epic collection of spells inspired by those earlier coffin and pyramid tomb texts. By the 12th dynasty, this masterpiece was written on papyrus and buried with each individual, featuring unique illustrations and carefully curated spells tailored just for them. You won't believe this. Despite every copy of the Book of the Dead being one of a kind, there's one spell that makes an appearance in nearly every single version. Spell 125. This iconic piece of Egyptian mythology has been making waves for ages and even recently stole the show in Moon Knight. So, what's it all about? It's the epic tale of how Osiris judges your heart in the Hall of Truth, aka the Hall of Two Truths. The stakes are high. If you pass the weighing of your heart, paradise is yours. Imagine standing before some of Egypt's most powerful deities, Osiris, Thoth, and Anubis. To ensure a smooth journey to paradise, ancient Egyptians needed to know exactly what to say and do when facing these legendary figures. According to the Book of the Dead, your first encounter would be with Anubis, the jackal-headed god, who'd guide you from the tomb to the Hall of Truth. Think of him as your personal escort to Judgment Day. There, you'd join a queue of souls waiting for their turn in front of Osiris and Thoth. When it's your time, you'd make 42 negative confessions, declaring your innocence before these all-knowing gods and judges. Talk about pressure. Now, let's get down to business, literally. In this intense judgment scene, the souls' negative confessions were all about declaring their innocence from a list of 42 sins. After making these declarations, the gods and judges would review them, searching for any sign of deceit. If you passed the test, it was time to present your heart. Yes, your heart. Osiris placed it on a set of golden scales, balancing it against Maat's powerful white feather, the ultimate symbol of truth. The verdict: if your heart weighed less than this feather, you were free to move forward in the afterlife journey. But if your heart was heavier, it meant your conscience was troubled aloe, and Amut, the fearsome devourer of the dead, would be waiting to take a bite. So, you thought Amut was like a hellish monster. Think again. In ancient Egyptian mythology, this devouring wasn't about eternal punishment, but rather annihilation. It meant the person wouldn't exist anymore. And that's known as the Great Death. It was the worst-case scenario. But if your heart weighed unfavorably during the weighing of the heart ceremony, you got to move on. You'd head towards Lily Lake, a beautiful spot where your soul would face some challenges, but not the kind that'll scare you off. Depending on the version, it might be more like navigating obstacles or taking a leisurely stroll. As you reach the lake's shore, get ready for another test of character. Rafhef, the grumpy and infamous divine ferryman, was waiting to take you across the afterlife waters. And guess what? You'd have to prove yourself all over again just to get on his boat. You made it through Rafhef's ferry ride. Congratulations. After passing yet another test, you'd finally reach the fields of reeds, often thought of as ancient Egypt's version of paradise or heaven. Here's what's interesting. Despite popular culture's portrayal, the Egyptians didn't focus on death itself, but rather celebrated life and their beautiful land. They saw death as a transition to an even better life, one that mirrored their earthly existence. So, imagine a journey filled with trials and encounters with powerful gods, all designed to ensure you lived a life worth living forever. The Egyptians believed in the importance of leaving a lasting legacy that would sustain them through eternity, and these challenges helped figure out if your life was good enough. What do you think about this perspective on life and death? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. That's all for today, folks. Thanks so much for diving into ancient Egypt's fascinating take on life and death with me. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button to let us know. We'd love your support.